Mrs. Green Apple, yeah, this is one that just came out today, and to be honest, I'm kind of excited about this because this band still kind of is a bit of an outlier in a lot of the music I check out because of the fact that obviously they are, let's be honest, probably the biggest name in Japanese music right now. And I've covered a lot of artists like, Ado, Yoasobi, Suisei, big name artists as well. But I would say that Mrs. Green Apple, in terms of Japanese music, is kind of bigger, like the biggest. And for someone who, like myself, primarily what I check out tends to be upcoming bands, that's like the main thing I do, it is really cool to occasionally check out artists like this who are really defining what the upper echelons of popular music are in this country. Because I've often said this, you can be a big fan of like rock music and indie music and all that kind of stuff, but one of the best things about Japan is you look at what's topping the charts and it's usually really good music for most of the time as well, which is not something you get in most of the world. And so I'm thankful when I hear of groups like Mrs. Green Apple doing that kind of thing. And I kind of just sort of put my toes into the water to check out a little bit of Mrs. Green Apple, and I've been really kind of just very charmed by like the really nice comments and discourse I've had under all of the videos discussing their music. So I thought I'm going to keep on going. And then the last one I checked out, I'm really bad at remembering song names. The one where they were like in pseudo heaven place, and it was, yeah, that one. I don't know how to describe it. People were crying, then they were happy. There were babies. There was like an old man playing chess. It was an no, he was finger painting. That's right. God was finger painting. It was it was an intriguing one, but that song, I really liked that song. That song really kind of blew my mind. And by the way, a big thank you to Lucky in the comments who got in there and told me that apparently I had heard that song like 3 or 4 years before, but I hadn't remembered it being on one of my streams. I had heard it before because I was watching that. I was going, this looks familiar. I think I've seen this before. And it turns out I had seen it before. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I'm getting a bit more of a feel for this group. So as they had a new song coming out today, I thought, well, do you know what? I like to, as you probably noticed from this channel, when there's big releases that are important on the Japanese scene, I like to pick them up and give them a little listen. And, well, they don't get much bigger than this. So let's check this out. This is called Natsu no Kage. Now, Natsu being summer, Kage, it says like summer's shadow, I think. You'll have to let me know. I'm really bad with kanji, but I hope I'm getting that right. Anyway, let's jump in with this one and see how it goes. It's 4 minutes and 19 seconds of Mrs. Green Apple. Let's see. Oh, that is the quintessential sound of Japanese summer. Sorry, I ring the bell. Oh, I like the backing vocal. Again, straight in with that really good stereo guitar balance. Oh yeah, this is Japanese summer. Oh, you already getting the lighters out for this already. Oh, listen to that guitar melody. Love the chorus melody, but there was this beautiful guitar and piano interplay there that was so interesting between the left and the right. That's how you make it more than just another ballad. Lecture hall. bell sound actually in the song or just the video? Shaved ice. And credit to that walking bass line as well, that's nice. So the bell definitely feels like it's part of the track as well. But... yeah, I think that was actually a good way to end it. Oh, love the electric organ sound. I think a more immature writer would have tried to like build up to like another chorus on the end of that. It felt like it could have gone that way. But this peaceful ending is so much nicer. Yeah, that ending really felt like it was one of those ones that could have gone both ways. It could have been like, oh, let's put another chorus on there. But this was like the mature decision to just end it there, make people want to go around and press play again. I always say like a good example of a really good single is one where you get to the end and the first thing you want to do is go back and press play and start from the beginning again. Okay, so much to talk about in this one. First of all, before I even get into the song, which I really do want to, I have to give a big shout out to the imagery. Obviously, the song with that bell sound and everything, it's trying to, and the little sounds of the cicadas and everything, it's trying to evoke that quintessential feeling of Japanese summer. Now, obviously, talking to you at home, I have no idea if you're in Japan, if you've ever been Japan. If you are in Japan, you'll know just how much this is hitting all of the beats for that countryside summer feeling, all the stereotypes in a really charming way. If you haven't been though, yeah, this is really just, it's really kind of sensory. You know, it's like a sensory experience. The sound, and you can see the video's really tapped into that as well. Every little image, yeah, it's almost stereotypically, you know, sitting on the porch, you know. It's got that, but like you see this kind of imagery of like the roads sort of carving between the fields, and then at the same time you've got the trees, because that's the sort of thing is like Japan is people often mention it's a very sort of mountainous country, and it is true. Wherever you get fields, there'll always be somewhere in the horizon there'll be like the little hills and forest that is in that area, and then they're out there singing "Sing, my friend," and then yeah. Got a little image. Oh yeah, catching bugs and things. That's kind of a popular thing. I'm always clicking on him singing, but I'm trying to get the image. Sorry, dude. I'm trying to get the image. Yes, and then the firecrackers. This is a particularly interesting image. Now, so I, as you guys know, I've kind of resided in every part of Japan at one time or another. But one of the most out the way places I lived was up in Nagano Prefecture, which is very mountainous. There's a lot of skiing around there, but so many rivers like this where at low tide you could kind of walk along, but then most of the time you could kind of go out onto the pebbles, and they're pretty big rocks most of the time, and usually you'd sit there, and these kind of rivers are usually in like little valleys between mountains, and such an evocative image. There's places that there's a lot of this kind of stuff in Nagano. I don't know where this is filmed, but a lot of this reminds me of my time in Nagano. And I'll tell you what, actually, it was, go on, it's a bit of story time. It's so, when you get really out into the countryside, you notice it, because one of the things is, you might be aware, again, if you've ever visited Japan, you're probably aware of this. Sorry, I'm just showing you my butt there, aren't I? You're probably aware of this. You have like your little IC card, which is your, I've got a circle one, but it's just like your little travel card that you can use it to pay for things in shops and all kinds of things, even vending machines. But most of the time, it's something you tap to get onto public transport, and you can use it for everything. Like every single train, it'll work. It'll work on buses. I've even used it on boats. You can use it all across the country. You know, you live properly out in the countryside, like where I was, when you go to the local station and they go, yeah, no, we don't have a scanner for that. That's how far in the countryside I lived. I lived so far in the countryside that at night time when it got dark, we had little warnings about the bears coming out. Anyway, back to the song. So this to me, and yeah, I love it. The cinematography in this is beautiful. So I wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to the video first of all. Even little images like this. I mean, this really looks like a Japanese sort of countryside house kitchen, and you can just imagine like seeing that, waking up in the morning, going out to make breakfast, and just seeing the kitchen looking like that. A couple of things on the side. So the imagery really matched up with the song. I thought that was super beautiful. But the song itself, I have to give a lot of credit for it. Now, a lot of the Mrs. Green Apple songs that we've covered so far have been relatively upbeat. I wouldn't really say any of them I would have classified as ballads. Off the top of my head, they all had like a little bit of a sort of a bouncy feel to them, and also a little bit of rhythmic changeability. You know, they'd often change like time signature or something in a really kind of cool, fun, playful way. This obviously was much more a ballad, so it's going for a much more straight shooting, direct approach to how it comes across. But what was really nice is, like I say, this is how to do that right. In the melody, you can sing along to the melody. It's very beautiful. And it's all very normal ballad stuff. It's all very traditional. It hits you in that tried and true way that a ballad should. But it has the details really nicely. Once again, Mrs. Green Apple doing this thing where you got like you got one guitar, like the right hand side is like the lead guitar doing these beautiful counter melodies. So where the chord pattern is very slow and steady and moving along, the guitar is like picking these beautiful counter melodies that makes each chord like the time that you are with each chord is more interesting because each chord is expanded upon by all these little counter melodies that the guitar's doing quietly and calmly and almost subliminally on the right hand side. But at the same time, on the left hand side, you've got another guitar which is playing something a little bit more chill, but then you've got a little bit of piano over there. And the end result is that on the surface, you've got a simple melody, a simple chord pattern, but actually from moment to moment, there's all these beautiful little flourishes and delicate details that are actually, you know, providing these delicate, quiet little counter melodies that are just sort of, you know, just sort of swooning around your ears. It's really nice because it means that for a song that you could sit down, you could get someone just to sit down and play this on acoustic, just strum it out, and it'd be okay. It would be okay. It'd be nice. You could sing along, but it'd be kind of forgettable. It would just be something, oh, you sing along, but it's just another ballad. But in the hands of a band like this, you listen to this performance, and what you actually get is something that is simple and sing-alongable, but again, you feel like you're much more engaged. You're not just going to sort of switch off and get bored with this as easily because of the fact that it is doing a lot of details in those small areas. And again, credit to the bassist. You know, the bass line for this is nice. You know, it's a simple song, so you don't want to go overly flashy, but there's these nice little bits where you sort of walk in between the various chords. You know, it's not just sort of sitting there just like hammering out the root note. It's not like that. It's like little bits where he walks around and just these nice little expressive bits. This is, to be honest, I've always said this, bass lines is, of all the things that make Japanese music so distinct from the rest of the world, one of it, I think, is beautiful chord patterns, but the other one is bass lines. You know, you listen to a song, even before someone starts singing, if it's got a good bass line, the percentage chance that it's a Japanese song massively increases. And yeah, again, love the bass line in this. It's subtle, but it adds enough flourish to make things interesting and develop them well. So yeah, this is what you want from a pop song, and this is kind of why I keep on saying that, like, Japanese pop music, it's you got those things that are universally true of every type of pop music worldwide. That it has to be kind of accessible. It can't be too crazy because you need the general populace to like it for it to become popular. But what's really cool is that it's not just complacent and lazy. It's not like, hey, we got a good melody. Yeah, there we go. Just sing the chorus 3 times, everyone will be happy. It's like it's got details right down to the way that it sort of just like ends on that nice bit where it just fades out and the little bit of humming, and you got the like a little electric organ and the sound of the even the sound of the bell, you know. Such a nice touch. I'm going to assume because it was so prevalent throughout the song that that's not just in the music video. If it is, fair enough. But I mean, if it is in the song, which I certainly kind of hope it is, it's such a nice touch because again, it sits well with. It gives you that. It's kind of got a Japanese feel to it. You know, it's something that you can imagine as a. It's a very. Okay, you have bells in other countries, but it's a sound that I don't know. As someone who's been here for a long time, I associate that very much as a sound that it feels like something I would associate with Japanese summer. So I hear that in this song, and it gives it that feeling that ties it to the Japanese summer. Natsu no Kaze. You know, it's yeah, this was cool. Okay, let's give it a like. There you go. I personally just yeah. We all go into music looking for different things. And as I say, I'm a big fan of the upcoming music scene. That's a lot. And, you know, I'm known for having kind of a love for songs that play towards short attention span and do like crazy, bombastic, over the top things. But I think horses for courses, as the old English expression goes, you know, you have to have each song has its own purpose. And the purpose of this is to be good, accessible pop music for the masses, but still maintaining quality. And on that level, I think this is really just yeah, this is so rewarding. This is nice. This makes me happy about Japanese music. This makes me happy about the Japanese pop music scene. I like this kind of thing. It just makes me feel good because I listen to this and then like the rest of the world, I'm like, what is your pop music? Oh, uh, yeah. I'm gonna stick over here with Mrs. Green Apple. Bye bye. Anyway, get in the comments. Tell me what you think as always. Until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now. Ciao, ciao.